So me and my husband are in a huge fight right now.
Oh, how original. Someone airing their dirty laundry on social media.
He actually left, and he said he's going to stay gone until I get my act together. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay?
Okay.
He works like 70 hours a week, okay? And I asked him if we can go out to eat. We went out to eat yesterday, and I asked him again if we can go out to eat again. He said that this can't be something we do on a routine basis. And I'm just like, why not?
Well, I can think of multiple very good reasons why a person shouldn't make going out to eat on a regular basis a thing.
Let's break this down. Eating out is expensive, time-consuming, usually unhealthy, but forget all that, it's about the principle. If her husband is grinding 70 hours a week, the absolute least she can do is cook him a meal once in a while, just to show she actually appreciates the man. Is that really too much to ask?
But let's hear what they have to say.
Why not? When you have the money to do it, and you make all that money, why can't we do that? And he says, because we're supposed to be saving.
That's a reasonable response, and it sounds like they have their priorities where they should be.
We're supposed to save? What are we investing in? Why are we saving in the first place?
Well, there is this thing called the future, and a lot of individuals believe in putting money aside in case they need it, or, heaven forbid, saving up so they can actually retire someday.
Men who work like that understand life isn't perfect. Bad things happen. Emergencies hit. That's why you keep money set aside, so when disaster strikes, you're not scrambling. If she's so worried about eating out, she can spend her own money, not drain his account for a meal she could have made at home.
First of all, what I'm not going to do is sit here and allow someone to tell me what my money, that's my money too, because we're married. I'm not going to allow someone to tell me what my money is going to go towards.
Well, it definitely sounds like someone should, because at least one person in that relationship is responsible enough not to think of just the here and now.
And if he's going to keep it up, then he don't have to come back.
Right. So if they keep being responsible and forward-thinking, then someone doesn't want them around. I think they'd be better off.
It's always blown my mind. Women who think they have automatic claim to a man's income, especially when they don't work, don't contribute, don't do anything. Just show up and expect the wallet to open. Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm literally having a mental breakdown, but I kind of just had this epiphany that maybe these women didn't meet like Mr. Right or the perfect man that just fell from the sky one day. Like, yeah, maybe the guy like treats them well, like treats them like a human, but I don't think these women actually like met like the most perfect man ever. I think a lot of women just accept and tolerate because it's tolerable. Like,
women who marry good men and build families know that nothing comes easy. There will be bumps, there will be arguments, there will be hard seasons, but they also know they'll get through it together with the man they chose. That understanding is completely lost on this woman, and honestly, on most modern women too.
Every day we get on this app and we lose brain cells. Oh, you're crying and having a mental breakdown because you realize that people marry imperfect people? And if you marry somebody, you have to marry someone who's imperfect and not everything you ever wanted? Let me ask you a question, Bethany. Do you think you're everything he ever wanted? Do you think you can't have a smaller waist and a fatter? Do you think he likes that little pudge at the bottom of your stomach? Do you think he likes the annoying part of your personality? Do you think he likes to talk as much as you like to talk, or he just listens because he has to deal with an imperfect woman? And how do you think you would feel if you saw a man online crying about marrying an imperfect woman? Oh my God, you're so dumb.
You can't demand a perfect man while having daily mental breakdowns on TikTok about how you can't find one. Women like this refuse to accept that life isn't a romantic comedy. They'd rather destroy their lives than face that simple truth.
Okay, guys, are you done eating? Yeah, can we get 2 checks? Hey, 2 checks? My friend is here. Like, was you not gonna pay for me? Who said I'm paying for you? Well, you are a man, right? Well, since you're a woman, go make me a sandwich. Put some mayonnaise on it. Excuse me? You can't tell me what I have to do just because of my gender. Interesting. Listen, if you're broke, just say that. If you want to get punched in your jaw, just say that. Excuse me? Hey! Whoa, sir. What is the problem here? There's a problem? How you gonna solve it? Whoa. Listen, calm down, babe, please. We was having a good day. Listen, boo, you better calm your man down. Okay, sir, you gotta calm down.
You can't say the man pays for everything while refusing to be even remotely feminine. Acting spoiled, hurling insults, being mean-spirited, that's not going to get you anywhere in life. And that's entirely her choice, by the way.
My wife called me her practice husband in front of her friends, so I showed her what practice divorce looks like. I'd been married to Haley for 3 years. Decent marriage, or so I thought. I made good money, she'd quit her job a year after we got married to figure out what she really wanted to do, and I'd been supporting both of us ever since. Last Friday, she had her girlfriends over for dinner like she did every month. I cooked, served them, then went to clean up. That's when I heard my name and tuned in. Honestly, girls, Anthony's just my practice husband until I find someone better. I literally froze with a plate in my hand. Her friend asked what she meant by practice husband, and Haley started explaining how I was good for now because I paid all her bills and did the cooking, but she wasn't planning to stay with me forever.
No husband deserves to be treated like that. If a woman ever has the nerve to call the man she married her practice husband, I really hope that guy walks out the door immediately. No hesitation. That kind of disrespect is unforgivable.
Said I was fine for practice, but not husband material long term. The problem was, she couldn't leave me yet, because I paid for everything. All three started laughing like it was the funniest thing ever. What hit me wasn't just what she said, it was how casually she said it. Like obvious, accepted fact. She wasn't confessing some secret, just stating the situation like commenting on the weather. After her friends left, I waited an hour before confronting her. When I asked about the practice husband comment, she acted confused at first. When I spelled it out, her whole demeanor changed. Oh, that. Yeah, I said that. Do you have a problem? Just like that. No apology, no explanation.
She humiliated him in front of her friends, trashed his name, took his love completely for granted. And she somehow thinks he has no right to be offended? Women like this are clinically insane. I'm serious. Bring back the asylums.
That weekend was the longest 48 hours of my life. Haley acted completely normal while I sat there thinking about how she'd basically admitted to using me as a financial safety net. Monday morning, I called in sick and went to my lawyer. Best decision I ever made was insisting on that prenup 3 years ago. Haley hadn't been happy about it, kept saying it showed I didn't trust her. Turns out my paranoia was justified. The prenup was straightforward. Anything I owned before marriage stayed mine. Anything I earned during marriage stayed mine unless she could prove financial contribution. Since she'd quit working and hadn't contributed financially in 2 years, she had no claim to the house, savings, or car.
The first major red flag he ignored was how offended she got when he suggested a prenup before the wedding. Let me tell you, anytime a woman gets angry at the idea of a prenup, she needs to go immediately, no exceptions.
I spent the week quietly preparing, moved money from joint accounts, changed passwords, updated contact information. Haley never noticed because she never paid attention to finances anyway. I had divorce papers drawn up Thursday, then I waited for the perfect moment. Saturday morning, as soon as she left for brunch with her girlfriends, I called to cancel her credit cards and froze our joint checking account. 30 minutes to cut off the financial pipeline. Around 1:30, my phone started buzzing. First text asking me to call the bank because her card got declined. Then increasingly frantic messages as she realized she couldn't pay for anything. Half an hour later, she came storming in, yelling about how embarrassing it was when her cards got declined, how her friend had to pay for lunch.
Interesting how every embarrassment she mentions revolves around money. Making fun of him for being her piggy bank, feeling humiliated because she couldn't pay for her overpriced brunch. She has no clue that the real embarrassment is just her.
I was sitting on the couch with divorce papers in my lap and boxes beside me. When she stopped yelling, I told her real calm, "Yeah, I canceled the cards because you don't need them anymore." That's when she noticed the papers and boxes. I handed her the divorce papers and explained this was her graduation from practice marriage. The look on her face was worth every penny I'd spent on her. Pure shock, then panic, then desperate backtracking. She tried every approach, claiming it was a joke, apologizing, getting angry, making it my fault. But the damage was done. I'd heard exactly what she thought of our marriage. When she tried to argue she couldn't be kicked out because it was her house too, I showed her the prenup. You could see her face change as she realized how screwed she was. She'd signed away any claim to everything. I gave her 2 hours to pack and get out. She tried crying, tried arguing, tried one last desperate plea. I told her she should have thought about that before calling me practice.
You could tell she meant every word she said to her friends that night while he was doing the dishes. She was just hoping his memory was as dull as her ability to lie. Spoiler? It wasn't.
Rights, but we can't define what a woman is. But also men can be women. And no uterus, no opinion. But also men can get pregnant. Men are oppressing us. But also, it's okay if biological men take over our spaces and our sports. Women are so oversaturated sexualized in this culture, but it's empowering if women are the ones sexualizing themselves.
And on that note, yes, oh my God, you explained that very perfectly.
Modern feminism is nothing but a massive list of contradictions designed to let women feel oppressed and empowered at the exact same time. That's why the second you poke holes in their logic, they lose their minds, because it was never meant to make sense.
Especially the sexualizing part. That shit makes no sense to me. Hi guys, they're sexualizing us, but then you go to a rave with literally, have you seen what the women look like when they go to raves? They literally wear no clothing. I've seen a girl, I forget exactly what I saw it on. I think it was like on this platform or something else. And she's like, okay, get ready with me to go on a rave. She's literally wearing nothing. And most of the girls that go there wear nothing and then get mad when they get stares. Guys, you're wearing literally nothing. There's children around. Let me go out and wear nothing and just being my underwear. And let's see how you act with that. Yeah, you're probably not gonna like it. You know, it makes no sense to me, especially with the OF girls and all this other kind of stuff. We talk about stop sexualizing women, but then you sexualize yourself and then you get mad when you're sexualized. I don't think that women should be sexualized, but also don't intentionally sexualize yourself because you're saying that men are sexualizing you. It makes literally no sense.
The way these women dress when they go out makes zero sense. They claim they want to walk around practically naked, and it's evil men stopping them. But modern women don't even listen to men anyway. So who exactly is holding you back? No one.
Women who get the most hate from other women are women who are in relationships and marriages. I am convinced that women hate men so much to where they will completely demean and pick apart a woman that absolutely loves her. You will be called pick-me's, you will be called stupid, you will be called everything in the world just because a single woman hates men so bad. Let's not even talk about the vile things that they will say about your spouse, right? And please keep in mind, all this is just coming from their own hatred and just simply because they hate men.
It's not just that they hate men. There's deep jealousy and insecurity underneath. They're furious that they're not married, don't have a family, will never have kids, and they project all of that onto men who quite literally don't even care.
You want to know the real reason that guys have given up on dating and stopped pursuing women and why relationships are failing? It's because when was the last time that you can even think about, whether it is someone that you know or you personally, that the good guy actually won in life? Because you have men out here that are working 80 hours a week to provide for their families. You have men out here who are pursuing women casually. They are, showing up. They are doing the dates. They are doing the flowers. They are planning the vacations. They are, emotionally in tune. And if they're not, they're going to therapy to figure it out.
Whatever a good guy does for the women in his life, it doesn't matter. Modern women will pick apart everything he does, so at the end of the day, she can justify how hard it is being a victim in the fantasy world she created.
They are everything and more that women can ask for, and guess what he gets? He gets dumped. Do you know why he gets dumped? Because he's boring. Because he's the nice guy and she doesn't feel connected to him because he doesn't feed the part of her that needs the highs and the lows of the chaos. When was the last time you saw a woman give 1,000% to the man that is doing everything right?
Here's the sad part. Even when a man does everything right, he's accused of doing the bare minimum, and she'll mock him or leave him anyway. Completely ridiculous.
In fact, women will come online every single day and actually justify cheating on the good guy because she needed more in the relationship. And what she meant by that is that there wasn't excitement because the only type of excitement that fulfills her is toxicity. Do you want to know what happens to those good guys or those real men or those solid, wholehearted, don't lust after women, don't cheat, don't lie, don't steal. They just work their ass off. They give 1,000% every single day.
Modern women have been trashing good men for decades. There were good men ready for real relationships, but the women chose situationships with Chad instead, went absolutely nowhere. And who got blamed? The other men, the ones who actually wanted something real. Utterly stupid.
They end up divorced with nothing. And guess what? Those are the men on the dating scene trying to make it work, only to continuously be used as a doormat. Women 9 times out of 10 will pick the dude who's drinking, who's smoking, who's addicted to whatever, who's watching porn, who's paying for OnlyFans, who's out at bars every single night. She will chase him to the ends of the earth and then wonder where all the good men went.
Women like this run their lives on extreme emotions. They confuse chaos for chemistry. If a stable, level-headed man isn't making her feel madly in love every second, she decides it wasn't meant to be. She just hasn't found her person yet. That person doesn't exist, but she'll keep looking until she's alone.
Well, the good men got shattered when you cheated on him. The good men got shattered when you wanted a divorce because you made more money and suddenly you thought you didn't need a man. That good guy that you emasculated every single day and made him feel less than and talked shit about him on the internet and labeled it couples humor. He came home every single day and still did all of the household chores and took care of your emotional labor and supported your Etsy shop and your side hustles and your, Instagram model abilities that you wanted to do so you could have some extra money and supported you through thick and thin.
When a wife divorces her husband the second she starts making more money, it's disturbing how fast her loyalty just disappears. It takes a twisted mind to think that's normal behavior. But hey, that's modern women for you.
You want to know what that man got? He got served divorce papers. He got dumped for the guy with no car, no job, no ambition, and he got less time with his family. So next time you want to ask, where did all the good men go? The good men got destroyed the first time around, and they are no longer dating, putting up with it, or pursuing women. Okay, bye.
Men have been relentlessly insulted for decades, destroyed in divorces, betrayed by disloyal wives and girlfriends, living in a society that calls those women brave while labeling him a monster. The script is completely backwards.
Nice guys are getting friend-zoned for 3 main reasons. Number 1 is that they usually, not always, but they usually lack confidence. Now, the deeper subconscious root of this is that long time ago, probably in childhood, they learned early on that in order to receive the love that they need to feel secure within themselves, they had to manage and hide parts of themselves. And so the part of themselves that has authentic wants, authentic needs, authentic desires kind of got squashed and pushed in the back of their nervous system.
And boys learned this because everyone told them, mothers, teachers, media, that women want men who are emotionally available, who aren't afraid to cry, who are sensitive. Then those same women turn around and laugh at him for doing exactly what he was told.
And on some level, they feel like they have to keep a front. They feel like they have to do all of these nice things just to get the love that they deserve. But what this screams subconsciously, it kind of like leaks through their body language, is it screams a lack of confidence. It screams a unworthiness that they hold inside of themselves. Number 2 is that nice guys tend to be very agreeable. They tend to be the type of people that would do anything for anyone, and that is not a bad quality.
Boys were told to listen to women, trust their judgment, follow their leadership, and when they did, they got called simps, mocked relentlessly, everywhere. Thanks for the advice, ladies.
I want to make this very clear. Niceness is not the problem, it's the intention behind the niceness. And the intention behind the niceness is sometimes if I do all this nice stuff for you, then I expect it to be reciprocated in the form of you either loving me, liking me, validating me in some way. That at its core is just not masculine because it's a needy type of behavior that a lot of women can just feel when we're around those type of people, and it reverses the polarity dynamic. It's not you being in your authentic, bold, strong, masculine.
So apparently, men should do nice things for women with zero expectation of recognition. A simple thank you for taking time out of his life to help? Too much to ask. That's where we are now.
time. And number 3 is that nice guys tend to be up in their head. They tend to be thinking about, how am I being perceived? What can I do to be more likable? What can I do for this person? It's just that when you're in your head, you're not in your body, okay? And chemistry, sex energy, like attraction and yummy turn on, is built in the body. It's something that you have to be embodied to experience. So if you're in your head, so worried about being a good guy, but you're not in your body, the chemistry is just not going to be there. That attraction won't get built, and you most likely will get put in the friend zone.
This makes no sense. Modern women have turned social interaction into a minefield. Look at a woman too long, you're a creep. Too little, also a problem. Men have to walk on eggshells just to avoid getting accused of something. And that's all on them.
All the girls that are being 20 right now and absolute whores in the club, in 10 years are going to be 30, trying to settle down and realize that all the good guys are taken. They're going to complain that they were ran through their whole life, but while they were partying for the past 10 years, all the good girls got cuffed by the good guys. Now, when they look at all the men that are options, they're going to be competing with the now 20-year-old good girls and be stuck. Why? Because all the good guys are gone. You missed your chance being a fucking whore, bitch.
The rules used to be simple. Be feminine, be friendly, don't sleep around. But those rules were apparently too complex for modern women, so they threw them out the window for 10 years of fun. Now they're wondering where all the good men went. Gone.
Just a little PSA for all the fellas out there. You guys really are about to turn every female a lesbian. I mean, I'm at the point in my life where I'm really thinking about giving women a try. I mean, these men out here are just shit. They are just full of shit, pieces of shit, any kind of shit you can imagine. They are shit.
She honestly thinks threatening to date women is going to motivate men to do better for her. The men she's talking down to are already waving goodbye, wishing her good luck, because she's about to find out how psychotic modern women can be.
And I'm done with them. So, any ladies that might be interested, hit me up, because I'm on the verge. I'm on the verge. These men have just pushed me over the edge. And I might be here for it, baby. I might be here for it. To be determined, but...
Men couldn't care less if these women decide to date each other. In fact, a lot of guys are cheering this on. They know exactly what's about to happen. Enjoy the show.
The opposite of a nice guy is not a bad guy. Fellas, too many of you out here are overcorrecting for being a nice guy by being a total douchebag, thinking that's gonna get you the women you want. Now, I'll be honest, you being a douche will definitely get you more women than you being a nice guy. The question is, what kind of quality of women are you going for? And no, I am not saying that some women are more valuable than other women, okay? All human beings have inherent value. When I say quality, I mean someone that you want to take home and introduce to mom. A woman who takes care of herself, mind, body, and soul. You try to play your little douchebag games on that girl, it ain't gonna work.
The types of men that act like that don't care what this woman thinks. He's going to keep doing exactly what he's doing because he's getting what he wants. He's not interested in taking her home to meet his mother. Never was.
Guys, do you ever meet somebody and you're just like looking at them and it's like, I would ruin you. I would absolutely ruin you. Like, you are so pure. And I don't say this about men, okay? But this guy that I was talking to, it's like, I'm so sorry, but I don't even want to put you through that. Like, I don't even want to put you through my literally insaneness. Like, ask my ex. Like, he still deals with it to this day. And it's like, I can't put somebody else through that. I can't. And I think that's me being a good person, because I realize that, like, he's too good. He's too good. He is too good. I know nice guys finish last, but this guy, I really think I would ruin his life. So yeah. Anyway, anyone else feel that way when you meet somebody and it's like, you're just too pure for me? You are. And I love that for you, but like, I can't do that to you. Okay, bye.
On one hand, good to know she's only capable of ruining good men's lives. On the other hand, it's insane how calm she is about destroying a guy whose only crime was treating her with respect and kindness. That's the world we live in now.